You know, I was looking at the achievements as the game was loading. Man, I forgot that, quote, get Martin killed is one of the I sure did do that. I sure did get his ass killed. No regrets. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Callie, resident exhausted salaryman that's just here to play games. And we back with Pentiment, finally. I kept putting it off because I was like, I don't want to read for an hour, you know? But I was also like putting the pressure on myself of to like do voices, which I'm gonna take that pressure off of myself for today. I'm tired. I don't want to do voices, but I do want to continue the story. So off we go. We ended with Act 3, where Mr. Mela Andreas, our previous protagonist, died. And now we are Magdalene. Saint Satya's shrine. Martha especially likes to leave offerings for her. Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. No? Okay. What the fuck were my goals? I don't remember. It's been too long. Ilsa's dad was looking for me. I need to grab the mural plans from the workshop at the house and then head to the Rathaus. Oh. Old statue of St. Moritz has seen better days. Sure has. Okay, so we're Magdalene Drucker. Wait, who are the... Rita Bauerin and Wilslav. Wasn't Wilslav one of the... Let's see the people... Or let's look at the map. Okay. Kreutzer House. Alban Bakery's the same. There's Brigitte. The Shrine. My cat's being weird. Gertner, Bauer. Oh, because the old church burned down, didn't it? Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, so we only know Gertrude, Martha, and Oltz right now. And the late Helena, oh shit. Ava and the late Otto, yep, born just before the revolt. Son of Black Pill, member of the town council. Okay. Okay, I'm getting myself refamiliarized. Everyone's fucking tired. The Rathaus mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants. I think these are all of the plans. What is this part of the plans? Oh god, not this shit again. Stop. Huh. This wasn't Dad's handwriting. I can actually kind of read this. Thank God he's a printer. Well, whatever. I'll bring it just in case. Alright, I better get these over to the Rathaus. Do I know where the Rathaus is? Rathaus. I don't know where the Rathaus is. Do I know where the Rathaus is? It's in the forest. Oh, I want to go look, actually. Hello. Oh, they named him Andreas. Hello. You can call me Magdalene, Andreas. Magdalene. Magda works too. Magda. There you go. What are you up to today? Drawing? Anything interesting? No. Secrets. Oh, I see. I'll leave you to it then. I'm gonna fucking cry. They named him Andreas. Anna. Ulrich. Else. Okay, so Else is old now. Old. Good for her. Hello, Magdalene. Bless you, Magdalene. Magaline. Ulrich. Hello. What are you doing? Watching. Very well, keep up the good work. Work, haha, just like mom. I will work now. Beauty. Okay. We will pet Doge. Must pet Doge. Hello, Doge. Oh, and then the leaves painted on the outside of the mill, of the new mill. Is the Wrath House. I thought it was this over here, but it's not letting me go that way. Is the Wrath House. Is it something at the church? Or not the church, but the abbey? Guest house is locked up and in disarray. The Abbot house is locked up and in disarray. Okay, good. We love to see it. Shrine. Convent garden. I didn't finish the VOD, so this is a bit of a spoiler. Ooh, I won't be specific about things that happened. I'm also, like, I don't know where the fuck I am. I won't lie. Fuck is the Wrath House? Am I blind or just dumb? North Commons. Okay, I should have read. Yeah, there's a lot that happened in the last one. Like a lot that happened in the last one. So I will refrain. Hello, mountains. Okay, North Commons, North Commons. Need to go central. Oh! Hey again, Mags. Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. And what are you all doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? What business is that of yours? Not me. All my work's done, Mags. What do you care? It's not like you've got important work to do. Oh. Anything connected to household or animal, proficient with balancing numbers, and general accounting of data and information. I think Magdalene would be a tinkerer. Keep the press running for my dad, and I work with Baltus on his inventions. Seems a little more important than standing around in the commons in the middle of the day. Baltus's inventions are stupid. Doesn't seem like something a girl should be involved with, if you ask me. Eat shit, Apollo. Right, no one did. Calm down, Mags. You're going to get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. Good! Fuck you. Skilled at stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people in conversation. Playfully tease and flirt. Strong negotiator. For Snoop. I think Barb's. Hmm. I think barbs. At least I have a reputation. You died today, your epitaphs would read, 3 shitheads who spent every morning harassing girls in the commons. Assuming you got a grave, that is. More likely, they'd toss your worthless bodies on a compost heap and hope for a better return. Jesus Christ. True. Alright, we got it. Lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Yes, that's why I was on my way to the Wrath House. Hopefully, I can drop those off and start my reading for the day. Reading? What book is so important that you need to get back to it? They're just having me pick them all right now. Okay. Can't speak any foreign languages other than Italian, but she can read a little of almost all of them. I think this one. Melusine. Esther sent it to me from Prague. Is that about the snake woman who takes off all her clothes? Sort of, but no, not really. Or at all. Ooh, does it have any pictures? You nasty bitch. Right, I wanna see. Calm down, I'm not showing you lecherous dogs anything. Don't you read all sorts of books about knights and whatever? Yes. Knights, princesses, gods, monsters, that sort of thing. I'm named after a god. I'm aware, Apollo. Yes, your sister too. What's a good story about Apollo? Once he was so obsessed with a girl that she begged the gods to turn her into a tree so he'd stop bothering her. That sounds like you, Apollo. Wait, Oltz, aren't you supposed to be at the Wrath House too? You're on the council. Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Let's go. Ugh, fine. I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. These murals should depict the truth. What we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Oh my god, Tomas is old. Paul! Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just want it to look nice and show what happened. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at home for supper. It's alright, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we had upset him so much. Sounds like things got worse after I left. Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. For all the good it did us, he hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress? Magdalene, could you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view? Father Thomas, I don't even know what you're all arguing about. What is your point of view? Wells has strong, very strong, opinions on how the history of Tassing, Curacao Abbey should be portrayed. And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialized on the wall? You keep saying that we'll all disagree with him. We all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. Well, what do you think, George? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him. What happened to Otto. Look, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance. I don't want to make the people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. None of us do. But maybe there's a way to tell the story in a way that's true without upsetting anyone. So, it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene. Try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory. My father was very deeply affected by the revolt. It won't be easy to convince him of anything. The revolt was a major event for everyone in Tassing. I know how hard it was for him. We need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. Fine, but only so he can paint it, not on account of your bickering like children. Now I'm going back home. This mess has taken up too much of my day already. Oh! Fancy. Magdalene? Thank you for bringing the drawings to the Rathaus. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. And they talk and talk and talk. They talk all day, and we're never any closer to a decision. Sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. I want her to be, like, super devoted to her dad. I know. I appreciate the concern. I suppose I haven't been this upset about something in a while. I'll get through it. I just need time. Why is it bothering you so much? We hear all these stories about what this place was, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. But 18 years ago, we lived through something, you and I, everyone in Tassing. Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyway. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others. And we lived. Dad, everyone says that it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. But we'll never know. Is that what this is about? This mural? It's a chance to put something down in a place where everyone can see. If people start to forget, this will remind them. We were here. This happened. And if I don't do it, who will? Don't let it get to you. Too late. Fair enough. I'm sorry, Dad. Thank you. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early. Alright, I'm going to stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. Good. Please say hello to her from me. And her parents. I know, Dad. Good night, Magdalene. I love you. Love you too. All this running around has left me tired too. It'd be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. The fuck you mean head home? We're already home. Alright, where to begin? Ah, I should write to Esther. Dearest Esther, I hope you and your family are well. Dad sends his regards to your parents, like usual. I spent the last few days collecting oat galls with Sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that in Prague. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into a smooth ink. It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Oh, did I mention? Dad started a new project. He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new Rathouse to memorialize the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history, past, present, and future. The printing shop has been in the family for years. I'm looking forward to taking it over. Yeah, because she's a tinkerer. Of course, Dad will keep running it until he can't pull the levers anymore, but I'll take over sooner or later. Ooh. If I inherit the shop, I won't have to get married either. Christ, you would not believe how annoying Altz is. I think his mom is under the impression he's been courting me. Can you imagine? And yes, before you break the nib off your pin, I will come visit you in Prague, I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the Rathouse mural, so I've taken over in the workshop. I'm sure it will be a sight to behold once I'm finished. Right back to me soon. All my love. Magda. She's so cute. I love Magdalene. I'm making her a girl boss. It's late. I should get some rest soon. Sleep. Why is her bed on the ground floor and not her dad's? Whatever. Oh. Oh? Dad? Dad? Oh, Matt. Klaus. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding.
Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head.
I'll go get Dr. Stolz. Try not to move, Dad.
Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me.
This one is too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need Dr. Stolz.
Magdalene, be careful.
I will. I'll be right back, I promise. Shit. Oh, this motherfucker's probably dead. Do you know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus?
No, maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them.
Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Come on, George, you saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something.
A burglar? In Tassing? That's preposterous.
Well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it? Enough. It was a deliberate blow to the head, unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. No, of course not. No. As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. I'm glad it didn't kill him. It's a grave injury, Magdalene. You'll need to help take care of your father. I will, whatever I need to do. Good. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed.
No, it has to be done. This is too important. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work.
I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't been able to agree on what the mural should be.
D. Might be best to abandon the entire idea.
With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council.
Yes, just offering an opinion.
I can paint the mural. What? Mags, quit joking around. Well, I know you want to help your dad. Aren't you too young for something this big? I've been painting since before I could walk. You don't think I'm good enough? I mean, it's not that you're not good at painting, Max. It's just... Painting a mural this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise. So that's why we were having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural. What is that supposed to mean?
Well, are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean. It's quite demanding. You'd be up on scaffolding and could fall.
What would any of you know about it? Dad and I are the only people here who have done this work. I can do it, Dad.
If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with the lot of you. Klaus! If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again.
Alright, I say we let her. Doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Very well. What happened to Paul's painting, or art skills?
Alright, Magdalene. You can do it.
Excuse me.
But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, alright?
Fine, but I'm taking Dad's ideas into account. We'll figure it out.
Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, George.
Magdalene, just a moment. Yes, what is it? Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. I know the injury is severe, Werner. I saw the blood. Magdalene, there is damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left, but he's not going to survive. Can't we take him to see a surgeon? No, he can't be moved in this condition. In fact, he shouldn't move at all. Even if he could, I don't think the finest Italian surgeons would know how to deal with trauma like this. So, he's just going to die? And there's nothing I can do about it? You can make him comfortable, and you can enjoy the time you have left. But time will run out before long. God damn! Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. But I don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months, or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest part of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the abbey and the Tassing saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history. Depicting the revolt is important to Dad. People in Tassing might know of some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Kirsau had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Last prioress... Mother Illuminata. Became the abbess of a convent at St. Marguerite. I should write to her. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of St. Marguerite. My name is Magdalene Drukran. I do not believe we ever met, as I was very young when you left Kirsau. You are acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I am writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rathaus. And it is going to tell the history of our community and of Kirsau as well. We have only legends and folklore, since of course all of Kirsau's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the earliest history of the abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear of it. We would appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. My father always spoke highly of your piety and intellect. Keep well. Magdalene. Hello, y'all. We're in Act 3 now, and this shit is already rough. It's already rough. It's goddamn. I should start planning tomorrow. Get as much rest as I can. Yeah, I fully was like, this bitch gonna die. And then I was right. Yep. No, hello, you're spotted. No. They said, brick to the back of the head, get fucked. But who the hell is still around that's doing the fucking funny little ditties with the writing and the calligraphy? That's what I want to know. Oh, time skip. Shit, okay. Okay. Reich Postman. Ah, Mistress Strickland, I have a few letters here addressed to you. Take care now. Thank you, sir. Holmes. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her response helps me paint the mural. Oh, look at her. Mistress Strickland, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds— oh, not my customer service voice. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discussed Tassing's past, it's likely that they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Kreutzer, read about the history of the town. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. I should also say that it's not true that all of Kirsau's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mailer managed to save some from the flames, God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, this topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years after the fire, there was a death at Several years before the fire, there's a death at Kirsau, the murder of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tassier, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I had forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia Tassier shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Ferenc took it from the Baron after the murder. Ferenc had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Miklaus Haberle, the Baron's manservant, believed that it may have been stolen by the town thief, Martin Bauer. I understand he was killed by the mob along with the miller on the night of the fire. If he did steal the book, he took its whereabouts to his grave. If any of his family remain in Tassing, perhaps you could ask them. As for the history of the abbey, I feared that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. He is no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family name. Ugh. Fucking Italian shit. Cignissao. So, whatever. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before snow covers Valais. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will toward anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of St. Margherita. Oh, Esther wrote to me as well. Oh, she's so cute! My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Oh, shit. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She set him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. And if you do take over the shop in Tassing, you'll have to make visits to Prague for supplies. Who knows, maybe you'll meet someone here. I've made a good match too. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at a synagogue, Simond, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he's a doctor. He went to the University of Padua. Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him, if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Oh my god, you can see Magda, like, moving her head as she reads. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see it when it's finished. Blessings. Esther. I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Hey Dad, how are you feeling?
Ah, Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment.
Are you sure? I can bring up something light, like milk or broth.
No, I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to?
I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans.
Mother Illuminata, Magdalene.
Right, yes, Mother Illuminata.
Young Kreutzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the fields. Might ask him about that. A pity that till Peter passed, he knew a great deal about Tassing's earliest history. I think his granddaughter, Ursula, might have learned a thing or two from him. She was always quite keen on those things. It made Clara nervous. Might talk to Smokey, too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip.
He's always been kind to me when I chat with him. I'm certain he'll know something about the ruins.
You may hear something worth your while, at any rate.
I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind.
Ah, you take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research.
You always said that's what good artists do, Dad.
Be careful, all right? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why George doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two.
At least Artemis actually knows how to read. I don't think Apollo can even spell his name.
Boy struggles with his letters, Magdalene. Don't shame him for it. Not everyone is a printer's daughter. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, all right? We still have a household to run.
Don't worry, I'll get everything done.
That's my girl.
I better get going if I want to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad.
Good luck, Magdalene.
Oh god, now I have to choose. Ish. Okay, I know I want to find Historia Tassier. Okay, Illuminati mentioned he hid the book somewhere before he left. I should ask around. So... so we've got, oh my god, Andreas. Artemis, Gartner, Veronica, and Big George. Okay, Baltasar Baltus. Provider and surprisingly prosperous. Investor mastermind behind the clock at Tassing's Rathaus. Currently fascinated by brewing beer with exotic ingredients. Okay, Big George. Tillman Kreutzer. Husband of Ava, father of Christina, maintains his family's interest in the business of testing. Widower of Marie, father of Magdalene and the late Berthold. Wife of the late Linhart Mueller. And their Paul largely keeps herself in Mueller home, but many peasants in town folk consider one of the kindest people in town. Esther Sommerfeld, little Peter Gartner. Oh. Perpetually on death's door, but continues to work the field in spite of it. Yeah, that tracks. Martha Fifferin. Oh, so I guess Ava remarried. Shit, okay, good for her. Okay. Gita was the one married. Magdalene, how are you keeping? I'm eager to continue work on the mural. I have so much to do before Christmas. I'm certain it will be the pride of Tassing when you're through. You've always had your mother's talent for art. And how is your dad? You're one of the only people who have asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. I know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking after. I worry about you, carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will pull your dad through, whatever the doctor says. We need him. I don't know what I'll do if he dies. I feel crazy even thinking about it. Should the worst come to pass, you will not be alone, Magdalene. Believe me. You feel like you are, but... Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? Dad would want me to keep up the printing press. Wouldn't that be a sight? Are you sure you could handle it? It's a lot to manage on your own. Sure, good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? I promise you, I do not. Such a modest girl. Your dad raised you right. I mean, Olds, of course. He's about as subtle as his father, God rest Otto's soul. Ah, I miss him. Olds doesn't know what he wants. Some days I'm amazed he can button his own pants. The way Ava hovers, who's to say she doesn't do it for him? It was the same with Otto and Ava. We all knew he was hers from the start, as Olds appears to be yours. But nothing ever comes of that. Know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Are you trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have as a daughter. I don't mean to be rude, but I prefer to decide in my own time. Alright, I'll let it lie. You know, not every marriage may start off on solid footing. But if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. You're not making the prospect sound very enticing. Marriage is our natural state. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, dog. Ooh. It's like I'm a kid all over again, hearing this shit on Sundays. The Lord made us from Adam's rib because he meant us to be a part of men. You would be lonely to never know that fullness of purpose. That's no life for someone like you. You're not the first person to tell me so. That's because your elders, blah 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 blah. They care about her, blah blah blah. Get back to the chores. Remember what I said? Remember what happens? You're always welcome to my home. Before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin is supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. You know what happened to it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me into any trouble, but I still have it, hidden in a drawer. Martin left behind when he ran off. Why'd you keep it? Well, what was I supposed to do? The baron was killed soon after, and there I was, holding a stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it, though. I don't read well. Can I have it? I don't know. I need it for reference for the mural. Won't everyone wonder where you got the ideas? I've been talking to people all over town. They'll think I get the ideas from them. Oh, alright. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled milk. It spoiled our milks and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please, don't tell anyone I had this. Ah, Historia Taciae. It's in Latin, which I don't read well. I'll puzzle over it in the evening. Thank you, Brigitte. You've been a big help. Oh, fuck. I should have chosen the fucking language. Of course, Magda. Be well. God bless you. You too, Brigitte. Until later. God damn it. God damn it. I'm trying to think of where Peter would be. Okay. Hi, kitty. Goodness, my baby kitty. She's here. She's here. Okay. Let me go talk to Smokey, actually. I do love that his name is Smokey Kohler. Why else? Wait, Wolslav? Can I talk to Wolslav? Hello, Matilda. Hello, Wolslav. How are you two? Very well. The Lord has blessed us more than we deserve. How are you, Magdalene? I was worried with you keeping the house and the workshop all on your own. Let me bring by some soup for you and your father. You're very kind, Matilda. Thank you. Not at all, Magdalene. This is how Wolslav and I serve Tassing. Our vocation may have changed, but our gratitude to God and the town has not. We've always been so dedicated to the town. Sorry. Sometimes those days feel like another lifetime. A harder time, to be sure. The Benedictines anything like the book? They're simple lives of devotion, but not that simple. I'm given to understand they don't make art in the convent now. It's such a shame. That beautiful workshop. In any case, a nun's vows include dedication to a simple life with all the challenges that entails. But I struggled with my vows, my discipline. I couldn't live as my sisters did. I broke my vows, as did Woslav. We fell in love. Hehe, we did. Well, I seduced her. You certainly did not. Are you telling young Magda here that you seduced me, then? What's up, please? So you left the Abbey? Though no one heard of what we did, the matter ate at my heart. That and being falsely accused of murdering the old Baron terrified you, and rightly so. We all must account for our sins, Magdalene. I was afraid I would account for mine sooner than I thought. Those were the hardest years of my life. I repented and prayed to God to absolve me. But the Lord always provides, even in the darkest days. The Abbey's destruction gave us a second chance. Must be strange to leave that life after so long. Well, I will admit, it's been strange not being able to enter the convent. I miss the sisters terribly some days, but truthfully, it's been a relief not to be constrained by my vows. The Lord forgives more readily than man, Magdalene. Never think that you must remain in a place that causes you to sin, even if others think it godly. I'm glad you two are finally able to live life together. You both deserve it. Only by the grace of God are we in this life together. May it be many more years before we part. God willing. Anyway, Magdalene, I'll send that soup over to you shortly. Thank you, Matilda. God bless you, Magda. God bless. Anyway, they're cute. Good for them. I love that we cannot enter her house. She's just like, fuck off. No. Hey, Smokey. Oh. Good day, Mrs. Strickland. I've told you, Smokey. Call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. The mines? Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the Rathaus needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. Thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I know a fair few stories about them, and the other Roman ruins around here. Old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. One about Mars and Tassia. The nymph was always my favorite, though I blamed that on my youth. Tassia? Like Tassing? Mm-hmm. Folk named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit bawdy. I've read plenty of Roman myths. I'm sure none of it will surprise me. Maybe not, but I won't have your father hounding me for coarseness. Folk in this town don't like me anyhow. But I'll tell the decent bits of what I remember. Alright, what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. What would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why would anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days when spirits and ghosts prowled. You're just trying to scare me. Now, Magdalene, why would I do that? You've been telling me ghost stories since I was a girl. You always try to scare me. Ah, but you have grown up since then. You're not so easy to scare anymore. Alright, keep going. So, Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. In return, well, Tassia bathed the god. I see. I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he dripped out onto the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. That's why they say this valley is so fertile. Huh, Mars got around, didn't he? Was there any nymph he didn't have in his way with? He was the god of virility, wasn't he? You can see why I liked that tale in my youth. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind, too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Is that because of how long it was a Roman colony? That, and how much of the town is built upon the Roman foundations. Tessing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' day. At least, that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest, and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start to noticing things. We used their stone to build. The old temple by Satya's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman paved stones under the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Tassing has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones, too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine. I'd get a better sense of what things were actually like. Ah, nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye out for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? You're still not going to spook me, Smokey. Ah, worth a try, though. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Ooh. Forest. I think they'll be in town, probably. This is where the rich bitches are, actually. Tinkoff. One second. Who the fuck am I supposed to see again? God damn it. I wish I could remember things. Lectill's grandfather. And who the fuck is that again? Kreutzer. It's the Kreutzer house. Steiner. Ah, shit. I know, I saw it! Where the fuck was it? God damn it. Oh. So,
God bless you, Magdalene.
God bless you, Till. Do you have a moment?
Of course, what do you need? Holt says you've been obsessed with your painting.
I'm looking into the early history of Tassing for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields, that is. Seemed like old pot shards and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's reading came from the Abbey's library, though, and you know what happened there. Oof! Up in smoke. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell in hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. Anything would help. Right, so we don't have any books on the old pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals, bricks from what it looks to be an old forge, mountains of salt. You even found a little bear carved from amber. Where did you find all this stuff? Not just me. Carl finds things. Fabian, too. Any farmer would tell you the same. It's all out there in the fields, under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with the stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? Rough, I'd say, but comfortable. You don't find much of their clothes or their houses, so they must have rotted. I guess that would mean they were living in huts. Their tools are good quality. If they weren't rusted to hell, I could probably use them today. I don't know why, but I assume they live in caves or in the muck. They weren't Christians, no doubt about that, but they weren't animals either. I'd say they had it hard, but they got by. Not so different from today, really. Earlier you mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? Had to have, I'd say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why tassing was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. I'd always wondered why they'd settled in such a small alpine town. Do you think there's anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know, but anything they left would have to be better preserved than what we dig out of the fields. Magdalene, tell me you aren't thinking of going down there. What if there's stuff that could help me with the mural? Magdalene! That mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. Or if he has made it back from the underworld, didn't he? I'll be fine. Maybe so, but he mocked the gods and failed in his quest, Magdalene. Don't take him as an example. Imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. He doesn't have to know. You won't tell him, right? I'm not lying to your father so you can put yourself in harm's way. Now, you're a clever girl, so I don't doubt you'll find a way in if you've set your mind to it. But I can't help you, Magdalene. It'd break your father's heart if something happened to you. It's fine, I understand. Good. This has been a big help. Glad you spread some knowledge around. Important for folks to know their past. You think all this pagan stuff will make it in the mural? I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over to the Wrath House tomorrow, if that'd help at all. That would be great. I'm glad you're taking an interest, Magdalene. Thought no one cared about the pagans but me and Granddad. Should warn you, if you do head into the forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. I'll be careful. Until tomorrow. Till then. Ha, till then. Anyway. What the fuck else? Ugh, I'm getting B. Okay. Um, so I talked to Black Till, I talked to Smokey, talked. Okay, so that means I need to write to Matthew, and that's tonight. Okay. Now I need to go back. Nope, not this way. God damn it. Let me see if I can get to it. Oh, cute. But I want to get to the aqueduct. Can I not get to the aqueduct anymore? Damn, doesn't look like it. Damn, they really said fuck you. Fine. Fuck are you doing, Apollo? Pig. Out here? Must broke out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. Not the boar joke. If I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I'll have to go down the shaft myself. The entrance is so steep. No one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. If I rigged a rope to the top beams, I'd be able to get down more easily. Plus some rope in the workshop at home. I should be able to find everything I need in there. I'll have to come back later. Pig is weirding me out, I won't lie. What are you guys doing? I'm a little busy right now. Yeah, a little salt mine. Want to see what the forefathers down there. That's a reference. Secret hideout, but everyone knows you two hide down there. Cheap viewers, eat my ass. Because we're friends? You told my mother when I cut my hair so I didn't have to wear braids 5 years ago. I still hold that grudge. Look, I'll show you how to get into the mine on one condition. You help Apollo and me with our next prank. No telling, no snitching, no questions asked. No way. I already have a new way in. I'm not going to be a part of whatever they're doing. Magdalene has too much to worry about. She's busy. Ugh, she's so good. She's so cute. I love her. No, wrong fucking place. Aish. I have my rope to climb down. Should I head in? Yeah, I've talked to everyone. Climb down the shaft. You got this, Pookie. Ooh, the arm strength on that girl. I love her. Okay. Mm. Probably has gnarly ass rope burns. Nice. Tablet is still writing on it. It's a poem. I think it's a love note. That's cute. Larger version of some of Baltus's contraptions, which must have been attached to some sort of hauling and pulley system. Fascinating. Now that I'm down here, I should see what I can find of the Roman era before. Bones! Far too big to be human. Piece of pottery. It's beautiful. Pottery is scattered everywhere. Another piece. Cave in. This wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapse recent? A Latin inscription here. This looks like a Roman map of Tassing. I wonder what's changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. Aqueduct in the spring. The abbey was an old fort up on the hill, and that's the rest of the town. Wait, what's that building? I don't recognize it. Mithraeum. I don't know that word. Can't quite tell what it's meant to label on the map. Maybe some sort of temple? Well, what is it? Whatever it is, it's not in Tassing now. Odd. Graham. Statue of Mithras. He's usually depicted with a dagger and torch. It's less detailed than expected. More Latin writing. But my ass can't read it. It's okay, I like her knowing stories more. These must be the same kind of figurines Till and the other farmers find in the fields. I think there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in fields and caves like this. Find out if they're all from the same pot. Yes! Okay. Sorry, I'm like mouth breathing as I do this. maybe there? Maybe. Then maybe that there. Ooh, yeah, I think that does go there. We'll go there. Yeah. That. Like that. And like that. Got it. The figures on the pot look like they're telling a story. The painting does depict an early myth even before the Romans. Let's see. This must be Perchta, and these must be the forest spirits, part of the wild hunt. Next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a man to Perchta. Bottom half of the lid continues the story. Look like spirits. They must be coming in to feast on the sacrifice. That must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tassing safe. They offered sacrifices to Perchta. American, very pagan. I doubt anyone. I want to see our past shown this way. I'll think more about it before I decide for certain. Alright, I'd better keep going before I run out of oil in my lamp. Graham is or was. Time to climb back out. Fair enough, fair enough. Please be safe. Who's that? Is someone there? Gotta get out of the shop before another rock comes crashing down. Go, girl, go. I'm gonna try to fucking kill her. Who was that? I got the little owl. It's so cute. And Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out of there. Well, now I have more information, I can make some decisions in the first section of the mural. Should get back to the Wrath House and get to work. You. Yes. Holler Brant, the Lord's gamekeeper. Why are you raising pigs in the woods? I'm the printer's daughter, Magdalene Trickerin. I didn't ask for your name. I asked why you were raising pigs. Answer me. Do I look like I raise pigs? That's not my pig. I've been walking around this forest for hours. Other than that charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only person I've seen. If the pig doesn't belong to you, what are you doing here? You won't have to justify being in these woods. Oh god. I was in the salt mine? Doing what? Wait, I don't care. Just tell me whose pig this is. I don't know. The pig was in the woods when I came in here. Ah, mysterious lost pig. Who apparently belongs to no one. Suppose so. If I find any more pigs in these woods, I'll kill them on the spot. And those who brought them here. Do you understand? Yes. Good. Mind your neighbors what happens when you break the Lord's laws. Jesus Christ. Many of the Lord's men patrolled these woods, but I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. I suppose I should consider myself lucky. Anyway, time to get out of these woods and back to work at the rough house. Fucking hell. I think this might be a shortcut, actually. Nope, no it's not. No, it's not. Me work on mural. Hey Mags, how's the mural coming along? Christ's sake, Waltz. What? How many times do I have to tell you? Use my proper name. Oh, right. Sorry. Anyway, Magdalene. Anyway, Magdalene, how's the mural going? Doesn't look like much yet. Of course it doesn't look like anything now. Well, I just finished priming the wall. Now I just have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tassing when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tassing. Even what I could find about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So, what is it? I'll use pottery and tools the farmers have found to show how we lived before the Romans. Father Thomas will approve, but I don't know. Sounds kind of boring. It has the strongest connection. That was my thought. Those stories might feel like they don't really have anything to do with this. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you all to understand why I'm making these choices. Better start thinking about the next session. Section. Magdalene. Good night, Oates. Good night, Magdalene. Flips him off. I'd have to paint Kyosa's history. I should write to him. Read that old book. Would like to check on the father. How are you feeling? Can I get you anything? No, I'm fine. You go on. Alright, I'll come back and check on you later. I got letters to write. The old book. Can't make much of it, and it's much harder than I'm used to. Book isn't in great shape either since it's been sitting in the farmer's house for so long. Let's see. The section about the various dedications erected in the town, that might be easier to read. Ergo simulacrum in agre Mars nostrum perum siat. That seems like a dedication to Mars to bless a field. Sri Diana, local something Latin. I'm not reading that. What about Diana wedding, bathing in a spring? Let us pray so that he or she may defend the town. Does this really make sense? Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. The book is so big, though, it could be a lot of work. Could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus for help. Werner, too. He's much better at Latin than anyone else in the town. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. And Sister Slim, they could help, but it might be worth asking about. I should finish writing my letters first. Matthew knew some of the Abbey's early histories. Archdeacon of Sion. I don't want to tie people back here. My name is Magdalene Druckern. I'm the daughter of Tassing's town printer Klaus. My father and I are creating a mural for Tassing's Rathaus. We want to show the history of the town and the abbey. I heard that you were the sacristan at Curacao, and I knew a great deal about the abbey's early history. I understand you are a busy man, but we would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the abbey's history, we would appreciate it. Thank you for your help and consideration. Thank you for your help. Magdalene. Esther. Please forgive me for not writing sooner. Christ, I don't even know where to begin. The whole world seems to be crumbling around me. Even as my last letter was en route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stoll says he's not going to recover, that it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. Of course our good doctor is incompetent and a known drunkard, so he's been of little additional help. I can only pray that between resting and my ministrations, Dad can at least be comfortable. No idea who could have attacked my father or why. Found a note by him, too. All it said was, "Stop." It wasn't from the shop because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I'd ever seen. No one in Tassing has such skill in script, as far as I know. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I've had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely, I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. Made a fuss about my being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. Suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Working on the mural has been a welcome distraction from the naysayers and my chores. And worrying about Dad. Oltz has been coming over under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints, too. Oh, she'd stop? He's not subtle, and this flirting is annoying. Do I want her to be happy? Sure. I'd like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas, if I can. I just want it to finish in time for Dad to see it. It would mean so much to him. Dr. Stolz is right. I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love. Magda. Shoe me. Sleep. Nope, couple more days pass. Oh. Like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Mr. Strickland, a few more letters for you. Take care. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. Palms. God, it probably hasn't auto-saved in a second. First letters from Reverend Matthew. Oh god. Mistress Drucken, I was not acquainted with your family during my years at Kirsau. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. I'm not overly inclined to assist the people of Tassing in their endeavors to catalogue the origins of the abbey they destroyed. However, it was a long time ago. In the interest of posterity and Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Some time after the Romans left, Christians settled in the region and built Kirsau Abbey on the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a noblewoman of the Kirsau family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Kirsau changed to being run by an abbot. I do not know the reason, but many other double monasteries did likewise around the same time. It may have been done out of fear of being shut down, as double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Sadly, that is the extent of my knowledge. Your neighbors put any other records about the abbey to the torch. Thus burned the history of Kirsau. While we cannot change the past, I have heard that the Sisters of the Poor Clares have formed a new chapter at the abbey. I can only hope that their love of apostolic poverty has not driven them to impoverish the shrine of St. Moritz. Assuming they have not consigned the contents of Kirsau's former occupants to a bonfire, you may find something there. I hope this has been of some help to you and yours. May God keep and protect you. The Most Reverend Matthew, blah blah blah, Archdeacon of Sion. Another reply from Esther. Oh, Magdalene. I am terribly sorry to hear about your father. My parents send their deepest condolences. If we can provide you anything from Prague, you need only send word. I know we are further away than it's easy to travel, but I will see what we can do. But I will see that we can do what Hashem allows. Father says that he remembers no one who would want to harm your father. Yet the night I was born, he remembers great strife in town. Perhaps there is old blood over depicting the night of the revolt. That is all he could suggest. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make things right. In time, he will exact justice on the culprit. I am encouraged to hear that the town council let you continue the mural at all. The guilds here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once a contract has been reached. You give the men of council too much grace. Why should you be forced to settle for their old ways of thinking? We live in a new age. An age where art and science have come together. An age where all may read the works of the great sages in their own language. Truly, when your father recovers, I urge you to come visit me in Prague. But I am glad you found some joy in your work in the mural. We are all well here. Elisha has been carving a new set of wood cuttings, and father has agreed to a new contract with the university. I found Simond. His family didn't move far away after all. He's planning on working as a doctor in the city once the expulsion order ends. His parents have been meeting with mother and father quite often now. Ooh, excuse me. So I hope that I will be sending good news in my next letter. With Hashem's help. Please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well. Esther. That's all the letters I have now. I should go home and check on Dad. When we're supposed to come check on Dad today? I wonder where he is. When Till Euenspiel pretended to be a doctor, at least he showed up and his patients felt better. What's Werner's excuse? Maybe I should try to find him later. Ah, good morning, Magdalene. Good morning, Dad. Feeling any better? Your fever broke at dawn this morning. A little stronger. All things in time. Do you want anything to eat before I leave for the day? I'm working on the next section of the mural today. I'm not so hungry right now. I'll be all right. Your letter from the Archdeacon. Yes, that's right. What did you learn from him? He didn't have much to say. He was still upset over the Abbey's destruction. He did say the Abbey was founded by a noblewoman after the Romans left. Everything else burned in the fire. How unfortunate. I know the brothers kept careful records of the monastery. So much lost in one night. The Archdeacon did suggest the poor Clares might have held on to some of the records from the convent. I should be able to learn more about Tassing's Christian history there. An excellent place to start, Magdalene. Sister Gertrude doesn't come out of the convent much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. I should ask. I should talk to him.
If I recall, Collector, correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history in Tassing. She may know something of the local history that the others have forgotten.
Else, I thought she moved here when she married. She doesn't have any relatives in town.
Not anymore. Age, illness, and marriage took the rest of her family. But the Caviezels used to live all up and down this valley. Go talk to her,
I will. Thanks, Dad. Maybe something remained in the Abbey's ruins. I should definitely see what's left.
Magdalene, you be careful. Those ruins are dangerous.
I won't go far into them, just to take a look.
Alright, wear a scarf too. It's getting cold out now. I can feel it in my bones.
Don't worry, Dad. I'll see you tonight, alright?
Alright, good luck.
Alright, sick. Yes, I rest. Alright, well shit. This seems to be more peaceful, mostly, at least, I hope. Maybe. Please. Despite, you know, Magdalene's dad getting beat upside the head with a brick, but it is what it is. It is what it is. History. But yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out. That will be it from me for today. Sorry I'm so yawny. Goodness. Goodness. Yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, whatever time zone you may be in. I hope it's a fantastic one, and I will see you next time, just tomorrow, for Date Everything. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright. See you then. Fare thee well. Fare thee well.